Good afternoon. My name is Kyle Kornack, and green gas is gasoline that fuels climate solutions. Now, transportation is the second greatest source of carbon emissions in the United States. Now, while it's true that advancements in technology and policy will reduce these emissions into the future, U.S. gasoline sales have actually increased by 3% since the year 2000. And even as we make these critical strides towards improving the vehicles of tomorrow, we'll still be left to contend with the 260 million vehicles already on the road today. So this begs the question, is there a way of reducing the emissions of the existing U.S. passenger fleet that is scalable, market-based, and immediately deployable? Our answer is green gas. It's a carbon-offsetted gasoline option that funds climate solutions. Imagine you're at a gas pump. Perhaps you're like 57% of Americans who are worried about climate change. And you're concerned and you're frustrated to be part of the problem when you're fueling up at the pump. You look down at the middle button, and it says green gas, 100% carbon offset. By choosing this button, you fund carbon reduction programs that are certified to offset the life cycle footprint of your purchase. Now, behind the scenes, we work with retail fossil fuel stakeholders to embed and market the option at the pump. We then aggregate the funding and distribute as carbon finance to local and international projects under the guidance of experts, such as the World Agroforestry Center. So what's the viability here? Turns out that most of the core elements for implementation already exist, from the gas stations to the thousands of certified projects in the carbon market. We're simply connecting the dots here. And by virtue of embedding the offset into the point of purchase, we're making the right thing to do, the easy thing to do. Now, consumer demand has been shown. A study by the Renewable Energy Lab showed that when users of a ride-sharing app were offered the opportunity to pay more to offset their ride, a remarkable 49% chose to do so. This is Elias. He's a Boston-based gas station owner who said green gas is a no-brainer. And in fact, we recently discovered 100 gas stations have employed a similar model through a for-profit. And what's the potential here? At a national scale, for every 1% adoption, we can generate around $78 million in carbon finance to fund these critical efforts. And with 40 million people fueling up at the pump every single day, we envision gas stations as hubs of environmental advocacy, familiarizing the public with the concept of a price on carbon and the fact that it should cost more to pollute. So we've already spoken to fossil fuel retailers, and our next step is a Boston-based pilot this summer. And our goal is to be in 20% of United States gas stations in the next 5 years to generate $500 million in carbon financing. Absolutely a pleasure to be here with all of you today. Invite your ideas, contributions, collaboration. Thank you so much. I'd like to introduce my co-founders here, David Cooch, Liam Madden.
So I'll ask the same question that I did just recently. So if this has got a pilot going, if they're really promising statistics on consumer uptake, what do you need support for?
So yeah, we're looking for support from fossil fuel retailers at the moment. We're looking for essentially the network. It's a very simple model. It's a rebranding of the middle option. Yeah, that would be our greatest need.
Sorry, just to clarify, so this is really the voluntary purchase of carbon offsets, and the differentiator is the availability of that choice at point of purchase, plain and simple.
Correct. Plain and simple.
Do you see other differentiating factors as you scale that would drive people toward wanting to participate in this?
We would definitely like to, as we grow, gamify the options so that we're creating strategic partnerships with recognizable brands to help incentivize people to make the choices beyond also marketing the benefits in their backyards, so community level offset programs that connect directly to the constituency of a certain gas station.
Sort of an infrastructure question and then a behavior change question. So does this require retrofitting existing sort of gas dispensers with new buttons? And then secondly, it strikes me as you're intervening at a point in somebody's decision making where there's probably multiple options for them, and typically many of us, I know I do, go to one of the cheaper options when getting gas because it's relatively a commodity. You're asking me to to change my thinking and think that it's not a commodity, it's something that has better attributes, why do you think that people are going to be willing to actually pay for that?
Yeah. So you want to take the first part?
So there's actually zero cost to the gas station owner up front. It requires no infrastructure change whatsoever. It's simply a repurposing of the middle button, where actually gas stations have adapted where they no longer have a mid-grade gasoline. It's a splash mix of regular and super, so there would be no change in that level.
Yep. Right. And in terms of encouraging adoption, we believe that by funding local projects, as Liam said, we can bring the impact home to people. And we'll also have a robust PR collaboration that will go on behind the scenes. And also in terms of gamifying and looping into existing loyalty programs that already have millions of people that are working to change the price of their gallon of gas. So.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.